starts right now.
We are starting out with late breaking news. A house which neighbors say is supposed to be empty is full of smoke right now. San Antonio firefighters have been working to put out a fire there which broke out within the past hour.
Our Katrina Weber is live near the corner of Nevada and Hackberry Streets. And Katrina, we understand that fire.
That was the report early on, but we have not had a chance to talk to the fire department just yet. A neighbor told me that he did hear some rustling, sounded like it was inside the house, so that could be where this came from. But again, we hope to get an update from the fire department here pretty soon. Take a look at the house here that is on fire. This is the corner of Nevada and South Hackberry. The fire call came out right around 4 o'clock this morning. Neighbors told me that there were flames and smoke, and this house went up pretty quickly. They got a knock on their door from another neighbor who was warning everyone about what was going on. They all got out of their houses, but there was no apparent damage from this fire to their houses. It looks like it's contained just to this house, which, again, the neighbors tell me is vacant, that no one lives here. We, again, are hoping to get with the fire department here pretty soon to see what, if anything, they found inside and possibly how they believe this fire started. Reporting live on the east side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12.
Thank you very much, Katrina. All right, step outside. Obviously, she was wearing a jacket this morning. It's still chilly out there. Not as cold as yesterday, kind of close to it. Also, notice that that bottom number has started to come up a little bit. We're at 43 degrees right now. And so with that extra humidity, that's leading to a little bit of fog around the area. We are going to make it up to 70 later on today, so just a little bit on the warm side once again. The aquifer, no change, push yesterday. We'll take that. And as far as the allergens, both mold and mountain cedar came down from the previous day's reading. And again, thinking about all the winds we had Sunday and Monday, maybe mountain cedar came to an early end this year. We can just keep our fingers crossed that it stays down there. All right, take a look at some of the visibility around the area right now. We're starting to see a little patch of fog there around Castroville, some right around Pleasanton, Port SA, sort of the usual places we start to see a little bit of fog. Same thing there around Hondo. And a lot of it, actually at one point it was down to zero visibility at Victoria this morning. Beeville has some fog too. So let's be on the lookout for this again, because we do have more humidity that came on in here, and it's going to continue to come on in here throughout the course of the day, overnight, and tomorrow. Mid and even some upper 40s here and there, so we're close to or maybe a little bit above normal on average around the area. So some patchy fog. Humidity is going to be rising throughout the day, and like I said, we get up to 70 this afternoon. Now tomorrow and Friday, better chance for some morning fog, a little bit of mist, drizzle, warm and humid 70, but more humidity. So you're going to notice that throughout the day. A sprinkle can't be ruled out tomorrow during the day, Friday during the day. We really wouldn't count on it, but we do have a better chance for some scattered showers. Not rain out Saturday, but just some of those scattered showers here and there. Once again, we stay kind of mild at 70, and we're still going to be on the mild side. Sunday, a morning shower, then we're going to start to clear out in the afternoon, and a front's going to move through late. So the afternoon on Sunday looks good. Front comes through here, and it's going to put us back down to normal, or actually below normal temperatures for next week. Starting next week looks absolutely fantastic. And then another rain chance way down the road. Get this all sorted out in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Mr. Marquez, good morning, sir. What's going on?
Yeah, good morning to you, Mike, and good morning to all of our viewers out there. Quick updates here, 35. Remember, we were following that story throughout the entire morning yesterday, and they finally reopened 35 fully at around 5 or 6 o'clock yesterday evening. So that was out there for a while. It was apparently some condemned quarantine produce that had spilled onto 35. So fortunately, we're not seeing anything like that on our roadways right now. We do have some ongoing construction taking place at I-10 and Frio. Remember last week also we were talking about that temporary metal plate that they had put over some bridge joints in that area. This is causing a little bit of delays there for our drivers coming in from 35 right now into that 35 I-10. Again, I-10 at the Y, ongoing construction there. I-10 westbound at Frio. That's going to be in the upper level of that downtown area. Also want to let you know about some overnight construction that should be clearing out here. This is construction that's taking place on the I-10 Loop 1604 interchange, 1604 eastbound Vance Jackson to Lock Hill Selma. That has been closed overnight, and we also have this part of I-10 that was closed overnight in both directions. So that's going to be at the connector ramps and the flyover. So again, this is just the ongoing work that's taking place there on the northwest side. This is going to be going on through nightly, 9 p.m. through 5 a.m. through February 11th, so keep that in mind. The rest of the city, everything looking good, no major accidents or delays to let you know about right now, but we will continue to keep an eye on the roads and let you know if anything else pops up. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, sir. There are now more questions about the relationship between the Bexar County District Attorney and a criminal justice reform group based in Austin.
This all stems from KSAT's investigation into the DA's involvement with a group called the Wren Collective. Now, former Bexar County District Attorney Nico LaHood is one of the attorneys defending a former San Antonio police officer, and he has questions and a subpoena for the Bexar County District Attorney. About a week ago, we told you about DA Joe Gonzalez and his first deputy's frequent communications with the group. Several high-profile cases are mentioned in the 200-plus pages of messages that includes the shooting of Eric Cantu in a McDonald's parking lot at the hands of former SAPD officer James Brennan. Brennan is Nico LaHood's client.
Now, KSAT found several pages of messages between Gonzalez's first assistant, Christian Henriksen, and the Wren Collective's founder, Jessica Brand, sent the day the DA dropped charges previously filed against Cantu. In one of them, Brand suggests the DA hold a press conference saying in part, quote, explain you are dropping charges and why they were ever filed. And then that obviously the video is extremely disturbing. You can't say more because it's a pending case, but are obviously investigating. And you know, this incident has harmed the public trust, end quote.
Several months later, Henriksen texted Brand, quote, we got an indictment on the officer from the Eric Cantu case. Thanks for the help from you and your team. Now that officer's attorney wants to see all of their messages.
It's inappropriate, and we don't know what else is there, but I think now that everyone's asking the right questions, and we have to ask it in relation to Mr. Brennan. I mean, he's our client. He has certain constitutional rights. We're going to zealously represent him like we do all of our clients, but in this situation, because it's a high-profile case, and the district attorney has made this something that's in his crosshairs, that we're
The subpoena commands the DA's office to hand over records later this morning during a hearing for Brennan. KSAT will be covering that hearing starting at 9 a.m. The Greater Edwards Aquifer Alliance is hosting a meeting tonight to educate and rally people for the protection of drinking water. The developer is seeking a state permit to build a wastewater treatment plant north of Gray Forest. The treated wastewater would be dumped into the Helotes Creek. Residents worry the discharge would impact the water in the Trinity Aquifer and the Edwards Aquifer.
We need to protect it and not let things get carried out of control where a year down the road or 2 years down the road, it's contaminated and there's nothing you can do after that. I mean, how do you get that back?
So the Trinity Aquifer, just like any other aquifer within Texas, is vulnerable to different types of pollution events, and so we're limited in that ability.
The meeting tonight is from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at La Escondida Celebration Center. Residents can get more information about how to file a contested case hearing with the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality before the deadline on Monday.
Now on to the current chaos on Capitol Hill. The Republican effort to impeach the Homeland Security chief has failed.
Meanwhile, the bipartisan border plan from the Senate appears to be going nowhere. ABC's Ika Jachi explains why the bill is now on the brink of collapse.
A stunning vote causing more chaos on Capitol Hill.
The resolution is not adopted.
A Republican effort to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas failing Tuesday night after 4 Republicans joined Democrats in opposing the impeachment.
Our border is an unbelievable disaster.
Helping to sway the vote was a surprise appearance by Congressman Al Green. He was expected to miss the vote due to his recent surgery, but the Democrat rolling into the House chamber in a wheelchair wearing hospital scrubs to vote against impeaching Mayorkas. House Republicans accusing Mayorkas of willfully refusing to enforce immigration laws and of lying to Congress that the border is secure. Democrats labeling the effort a GOP stunt.
Now they want to impeach a man for not doing his job
when you didn't give him the resources to do it.
This vote comes as Mayorkas played a key role in negotiating the new Senate bipartisan border and foreign aid bill, which would pump $20 billion into border security. It includes a trigger mechanism. When migrant apprehensions reach 5,000 a day, the border would automatically shut down. And it makes it harder for migrants to claim asylum, all things Republicans had asked for. Now, the bill is on the brink of collapse, with GOP senators saying they will kill the bill they helped negotiate, and House Speaker Mike Johnson declaring it dead on arrival in the House.
Why the reversal?
They did not send us a border security measure. They didn't.
President Biden blaming former President Trump for tanking the bill.
All indications are this bill won't even move forward to the Senate floor. Why? A simple reason: Donald Trump.
The border proposal is part of a wider bill that includes funding for Ukraine and Israel, which also remains in limbo. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home, the 75th San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo is just about here, and so are the trail riders.
It's an annual tradition, and the trail riders come into town on horseback to mark the beginning of the rodeo season. So last night, we caught up with a group who stopped in La Vernia on their way to San Antonio, all the way from Cuero.
It's honestly really exciting. This will be my first year riding in the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo, and I'm so excited.
Today, the trail riders will depart La Vernia and head to Atkins, and from there to the Bexar County Livestock Grounds.
Just scan the QR code on your screen and find out everything you need to know before you go. KSAT will show the rodeo's opening round of competition tomorrow night. Coverage starts at 7 p.m., followed by an hour-long rodeo special at 9 before the night beat starts. You can tune in on air or on our website or any of our streaming platforms. We've also got a complete breakdown of transportation, tickets, music acts, and much more on our website right now. The Spurs roster that left for Miami to start the rodeo road trip might not be the same one that finishes the rodeo road trip. It's like that every year around this time because of the NBA trade deadline. And this year the deadline is tomorrow at 2 p.m. local time. Teams are running out of time to make moves. We all know that Wemby isn't going anywhere. By late next week, he'll be in Indianapolis for the NBA All-Star Weekend. Before that, though, the Spurs 9-game rodeo road trip tips off tonight at 6:30 at Miami. Go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go. Time now 5:12 and 46 degrees for now.
Just ahead, why Meta says it will start labeling AI-generated images on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads.
Also up next, a look at the decision behind the unprecedented verdict against the mother of a school shooter, who is now the first parent held criminally responsible for a school shooting. And outside with live cam, made it to midweek out there looking at the airport. Again, it's kind of chilly this morning compared to earlier this week. We'll talk to Mike and RJ coming up. Welcome back. It's 5:15. Jennifer Crumbley, the mother of the Michigan school shooter, has been found guilty of involuntary manslaughter in an unprecedented trial. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details in today's GMA First to Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the decisive and unprecedented verdict against Michigan mom Jennifer Crumbley.
Guilty, 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 guilty.
Now the first parent held criminally responsible for a school shooting, found guilty of 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. 1 count each for the lives of Justin Schilling, Tate Meir, Hannah St. Juliana, and Madison Baldwin, all killed November 30th, 2021 at Oxford High School in Michigan by Crumbley's then 15-year-old son.
For me, first off was shock.
We're now hearing from the heartbroken families of those victims, including Steve St. Juliana, father of Hannah.
I didn't truly believe that they would come back with the guilty verdict, and then obviously just relief that they had.
Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more fallout from the verdict and more from those impacted, with legal analyst Dan Abrams weighing in live. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Time now is 5:16 and 46 degrees for now.
Well, they finally got that mess cleaned up, 35 north up near BAMC, but it took all day yesterday. RJ's going to talk to us about what else is happening on the roads for your Wednesday morning commute.
I was drowning in debt.
I had over $36,000 in debt. If I would have just made the minimum payments, it would have taken me 59 years to pay off.
National Debt Relief can significantly reduce the amount you owe.
National Debt Relief reduced my debt by over $27,000.
With National Debt Relief, you have a powerful team that knows how to talk to your creditors.
National Debt Relief, they got me out of debt.
Call or visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started.
We all need fiber for our digestive health, but less than 10% of us get enough each day. Good thing Metamucil gummies are an easy way to get prebiotic plant-based fiber with the same amount of fiber as 2 cups of broccoli. Metamucil gummies, the easy way to get your daily fiber.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Like 2 lines of unlimited for just $27.50 a line. That's half the price of Verizon or AT&T. So switch to T-Mobile and save.
520, welcome back. Yeah, literally took them all day yesterday to get 35 clear.
Yeah, guys, I did the math, 17 hours. So
man.
That thing shut down at 1 o'clock, and they did not reopen 35 fully till about 6 or 7 last evening. So again, the reason, there were some condemned quarantine vegetables that spilled onto the roadway there at 35. So yeah, definitely, you never know what you're going to find on the streets.
Which is why the hazmat crews were called out.
Right.
Which is why hazmat was called out there. Yeah.
But that way, that affected morning traffic and then even the evening rush hour
well.
commute,
Yeah,
right?
so.
And now just a memory.
In the past.
Yes, thankfully in the past, as we take a look outside, TransGuide traffic cameras and nothing like that going on right now. So that's good news for all of our drivers throughout the entire city of San Antonio. As we take a look there, 37 Fair Avenue, traffic moving pretty smooth in that direction right now. See if we get a couple more shots in here. So we get 281 at Hildebrand, traffic moving pretty well in that direction. Maybe get one more real quick here. Oh, actually, it turns out to be the one that's not streaming. 281 Overlook Park. All right, let's go to our maps right now because we do have a crash being reported right now, a rollover actually being reported on East-South Cross at Southeast Loop 410 for our drivers on the southeast side. This isn't indicating it's on the highway at the moment. You see a little bit of traffic build up here on East-South Cross. This is being reported by the San Antonio Fire Department. So you will see, we'll get some updates on that here in just a bit. The only lingering construction that we're still seeing right now is this going on there, westbound I-10 at Frio. Again, they're doing all that bridge, that joint work that's taking place there for this one project. And we're still seeing some of those metal plates that need to be smoothed over a little bit more and still seeing kind of those bumps. In fact, TxDOT's website right now is saying basically like bump on I-10 westbound, the upper levels there at Frio. Rest of the city, everything is looking pretty good for the most part. If you need to head out right now would definitely be a good time to go ahead and head out for your morning commute, whether it's to work or whatever it is that you have to do this early in the morning. Mike, how are things looking outside?
Absolutely fantastic out there. You got to watch out for a little bit of fog. Sunset yesterday, boy, oh boy, that was pretty. We had a couple of clouds hanging around here. Thank you for that shot, Oscar. Be sure to send in all those KSAT Connect pictures and we can see what's going on around town. Right now, everything looks pretty good out there at 4:10. And as far as the rest of the morning, again, we're going to have to watch out for just a couple of patches of fog here and there. Temperatures are just about at a normal low. We may be up a few degrees compared to the past couple of mornings. Still, obviously, it's chilly out there, and we're still going to have pretty good warm up throughout the day. We gain 20 again by noon, and we keep a few more clouds around today. Still a good looking day, 70. But one thing you're definitely going to be noticing is the dew point temperatures, sort of the measure of moisture in the atmosphere. They are definitely going to be going up as we go into this evening and then especially overnight. And so what this means is this is going to lead to a whole lot more in the way of some fog, maybe some mist as well, and even a sprinkle or two throughout the course of the day tomorrow and Friday.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Excuse me. All right, and then we get into Friday. And like I said, other than a stray sprinkle or two, just because of the extra moisture coming on in here, there may be a light little, shower late in the night. And then Saturday, in the overnight hours, early Saturday, a few showers around the area. Now, this is not going to be any sort of a rain out on Saturday. We'll just keep a few of those scattered showers here and there. They're going to start to kind of work their way off to the east a little bit more, where the best chance of rain is going to be during the afternoon on Saturday. And another little sort of wave comes in here in the overnight hours early Sunday. So even a couple of more leftover showers early on Sunday. Then we're going to be clearing out nicely. And then watch as those clouds come in here out of the north and push on through. That's the front that's going to be coming on through here. And that's going to then clear us out nicely for the first part of next week and actually put temperatures back down closer to normal readings. So 70 today. And then a lot of humidity overnight. So we're going to be starting off with some mist, maybe some patchy fog here and there. Keeping cloudy skies all day long. Start a rodeo if you're heading on out there. You know, it's just going to be sort of one of those dampish kind of days. Again, a sprinkle possible here and there. Same thing on Friday. Saturday, a slightly better chance for some showers here and there throughout the day. Like I said, not a rain out. 1 or 2 leftovers early Sunday, clear out nicely. And then that front comes in here. And boy, it's setting us up for a good looking start to next week, and actually a little bit on the cool side. And then way down the road, another rain chance comes in here by late next week. So good looking forecast around here. We've got a whole lot more coming up after this. Stick around.
Got some feedback there. All right, Meta will soon start labeling images generated by AI on all its platforms. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Meta moves against fake photos. Meta says it will start increasing the labeling of AI-generated images on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, so it's clear the visuals are not real. The move is part of a larger effort to reduce online misinformation. WhatsApp is planning to operate with other messaging platforms in an effort to comply with the European Union's new laws allowing chats between WhatsApp and third-party apps like iMessage and Telegram. The companies will have to agree on encryption standards before moving forward. And 3 big names are joining forces to create a new sports streaming service. ESPN, Fox, and Warner Brothers Discovery will stream events from networks they own, including the 4 major U.S. sports. These services' name and pricing will be revealed sometime later this year. Will MLB and NFL let you share passwords, or would that be illegal? Those are your Tech Bites.
The look of satisfaction he gets there at the end.
Yeah, I think he's very proud of himself.
Yes, so why not? 528, 46 degrees.
A Florida college student who planned to use public data to track the private jet of Taylor Swift is being told to stop ahead of Swift's much publicized flight to the Super Bowl. Up next, why Swift's lawyers are blaming the student for attracting stalkers.
Back to late breaking news. A house that went up in flames is now full of questions.
San Antonio firefighters are trying to find out how it started and whether someone may have a hand in it. Katrina Weber is there live at the corner of Nevada and South Hackberry Streets.
And Katrina, you mentioned earlier this was supposed to be a vacant house.
Well, that's right. That's what neighbors told us, and firefighters just confirmed it a little while ago that it was a vacant house. They say it does not look like anyone got inside who wasn't supposed to be there. This is the house behind me here. Again, the corner of Nevada and South Hackberry. You can see the fire is out. They got the call about 4 o'clock this morning about the fire. Did find flames and smoke coming from this house, mostly in the attic. They were able to knock down the fire pretty quickly. They say that it looks like there were items inside that may be related to someone who was doing some work inside this house. It doesn't look like anyone who wasn't supposed to be there got inside, but it did cause a panic of sorts for neighbors. They went around knocking on doors, got out of their homes because they were afraid that the fire would spread. It looks like firefighters stopped it from causing any further damage. But the question is how the fire started. Right now, it doesn't sound like they think there's anything suspicious to this, but the fire cause is under investigation. Reporting live on the east side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Katrina, thank you. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. It's February 7th, and let's get a Stephanie Cerna status report.
Sorry about that.
You okay?
Yes. I guess.
Like that tickle in your throat.
Yeah, that frog.
It just came out of nowhere. And we were commercial break. We were talking just fine.
Yeah, and I know you were trying to get through to
I was going to get through
the end there.
I could not.
We're glad you're okay.
Thank you.
It happens. That's why it's called live TV. So, all right, take a look outside right now, and we've got a beautiful start this morning. You're going to have to be on the lookout for a couple of patches of fog here and there. Temperature right now stands at 43 at the airport. Dew points at 39. These numbers are trying to get a little bit closer, and as they get closer, we've got some clear skies out there, a little bit of a breeze, and so therefore you do get some of this fog to form up, and it's dropped down. Visibility has Hondo, Castroville, 3 miles in both locations. 7 Pleasanton, that's improved ever so slightly, and then Port SA has a little bit of fog showing up. A lot more down here to the southeast. That's actually actually improved, though. It was down to 0 at one point right around Victoria. So again, as the morning rolls on, as we approach sunrise, then we're going to be on the lookout for more of that to form up. So mid and upper 40s overall. Temperatures are up compared to the past couple of mornings. Obviously, grab a jacket. Mold, Mountain, Cedar both dropped down from the previous day's reading. And throughout the rest of today, you're going to keep a lot of clouds around here. We do have a few clouds hanging around this morning. Get up to 64 at noon, 70 once again later on this afternoon. Sort of a mixture of sunshine and clouds. And that southeasterly wind is going to continue to pull in the humidity. So that will increase throughout the day and especially overnight. And then tomorrow, as well as Friday, better chance to see some patchy fog in the morning, some mist, and even a sprinkle or two during the day. Then we'll talk about the rain chances to start off the weekend. And overall, I think a nice weekend. And for the start of, we'll talk about the start of rodeo as well. All the details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, anything big going on?
No, Mike, actually, things looking pretty good out there if you're about to hit the roads for your morning commutes here on your Wednesday morning. We're taking a look at I-10 at Frio, though. We've had that lingering metal plate that's been out there. You can see just that car kind of went through there. Just be careful if you are going to be driving on the westbound lanes of I-10 at the upper level, because they still are doing all that joint, that bridge work out there. So that plate is still there, needs to be smoothed over just a little bit and causing a little bit of a bump there for some of our drivers in this area. Now, traffic not being slowed down by that, so that's good news. I think people that are driving through there on a day in, day out basis are kind of getting used to that being out there for the time being. We do have a crash being reported here on East South Cross Boulevard at Southeast Loop 410. Keep this in mind if you are traveling out in the southeast side right now. Doesn't appear to be causing any major delays, and this may actually be more on South Cross Boulevard, again being reported by the San Antonio Fire Department, so something we will keep an eye on. Gas prices, all right, keeping an eye on this as well. Traffic, actually gas prices looking a lot better than a week ago. Really the biggest fluctuation here, San Antonio, we are kind of settling down a little bit on gas prices, a lot closer to the average gas price across Texas. You see $2.85, pretty good difference from just a week ago. So if you need to go ahead and head out to the gas pump today and fill up today, might be a good time to do so. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, sir. Bexar County jury has convicted a man for killing another man in a drunk driving crash in 2022. Fabian Lopez was on trial for intoxication, manslaughter, and the death of 27-year-old Robert Gutierrez. The punishment phase in the trial is already underway and will continue later this morning. Lopez faces anywhere between 2 and 20 years in prison.
All eyes are on the Supreme Court in Donald Trump's federal 2020 election interference case. The Supreme Court's next moves could determine whether the former president stands trial in Washington ahead of the November election. An appeals court panel on Tuesday rejected Trump's claims that he is immune from prosecution for actions taken in the White House. The Republican presidential primary frontrunner has denied any wrongdoing in the case and has characterized all the cases against him as politically motivated.
Medical professionals are sounding the alarm about prescription drug shortages. Experts testified before U.S. lawmakers yesterday about the basic life-saving drugs they say are often in short supply. Those include older generic sterile injectables that are considered a staple in hospitals, like painkillers, anti-infectives, and cancer treatments. Those experts said there are now more than 250 active medication shortages. The White House has set up a special task force that will invest in key materials that are the backbone of drug manufacturing. Well, Taylor Swift is now threatening legal action against a college student for using public data to track her private jet and post its whereabouts online.
And as ABC's Derek Dennis reports, she's not the only celebrity the student is following.
This morning, lawyers for Taylor Swift are sounding off on a Florida college student sending a cease and desist letter to Jack Sweeney, urging him to stop tracking Swift's private jet on social media. The letter states, because the offending accounts share live updates on her destination and the exact time our client will arrive at a given location, you essentially provide individuals intent on physically harming her or with nefarious or violent intentions a roadmap to carry out their plans. Sweeney firing back in a statement to ABC News saying, you should have a decent expectation that your jet will be tracked, whether or not I do it, as after all, it is public information. Taylor Swift isn't the first celebrity he's tracked. Sweeney first made headlines for tracking Elon Musk's private jet. Swift's lawyers say tracking her plane amounts to stalking and harassment and puts her safety at risk, alluding to a man arrested 3 times after lurking outside her New York City home, the latest incident just weeks ago. Swift's lawyer adding, "This reality has forced our client to live her life in a constant state of fear for her personal safety." Sweeney's other accounts track Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, and other celebrities. He says tracking their jets is legal and of interest, in particular this Super Bowl weekend, where people are tracking Swift's travel from Tokyo to Vegas for the big game. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Well, a lot of people are placing their bets on who will win Sunday's Super Bowl. Now, a couple of otters at the Texas State Aquarium in Corpus Christi have made their pick. Arthur and Fisher are both 4 years old. Workers at the aquarium recently set up 2 ice cakes made of Jell-O and watched to see which one the otters preferred.
So Arthur ran straight to the Chiefs ice cake, while Fisher gave the Niners one a try and decided it was too fishy. So Kansas City it is. Technically, the Niners are favored by 1.5 points. We will find out Sunday whether Arthur and Fisher made the right choices.
That's so cute. Time now 5:40 and 47 degrees for now.
What used to be the Bijou is now called the Wonder Theater. Up next, why this staple for families in Bexar County is back and better than ever.
Can't wait to see that. It was already nice as a Bijou, so this will be cool to look at. Looking out there with live cam, yes, another cold morning. Don't be fooled by the nice afternoons we've been having. Go ahead and grab that jacket. We'll be right back.
Good morning, welcome back. The Bijou Theater has long been a staple for families in Bexar County, creating decades of memories across generations.
Now the iconic theater is being reborn into the new Wonder Theater, promising to make magical memories for years to come. And Max Massey gives us the exclusive first look.
We are starting the morning off on a great note. Here, what used to be the Bijou, it is now the Wonder Theater. It is back, and it is better than ever.
We're excited to bring those shows to this community now and just have a wider reach of musical theater education for students, adults, anyone around Balcones Heights or Bexar County.
This new platform for the arts in our community, it is exciting. And on top of the live performances, there is an outreach initiative.
Our outreach program is going out into the community, working with other nonprofits, working with school districts around Bexar County as well.
And of course, there's education programs for our community.
So students will take acting classes in here, working on monologues, working on scenes.
This new space, it helps create new memories. It helps foster inclusion and helps spread the love of the arts.
I think for all of us who love the arts so much, it gives us hope. There's so much going on in the world right now.
Now, this is just a small portion of the inside look at the new look Wonder Theater. We have a longer form piece. All the info you need to know for the first show, just head to KSAT.com. For Good Morning San Antonio, I'm Max Massey.
Yes, Max, we realized that you changed hat colors.
Yes, he did. It's like he's ready to go on the Barbie movie.
He is Knuff. Right now, 5:44, 47 degrees.
And stay with us. The Animal Defense League is next, along with his precious pet that needs a new home.
I don't know if you can hear. Get close enough to your microphone. He is just purring up a storm. Felicia's here from the Animal Defense League. So who is this boy?
Oh, let's see. This is Starburst.
Hi, buddy.
And we had his brother on last week, Lollipop. And so, as I was saying, he looks nothing like his brother, right?
Brother, long-haired Siamese, and he is, well, a very soft, but that orangey, tangerine look to him. And they have to be adopted together.
Yes, definitely, because his brother is blind, so he's his little seeing eye kitty, like we like to call him at the shelter. And they're both super sweet. I think they're going to be fantastic at home together, just, loving on each other, spending that time together.
Because you said in the kennel at the ADL, they are just attached at the hip, basically.
Attached, yes. Always laying with each other, falling asleep together. It's the cutest,
and he takes care of his brother. That's just the sweetest little story there. Yeah. So, and again, like we always talk about, is 2 cats are really not that much different than having one, because again, they take care of each other, and these 2 obviously take care of each other and are good little buddies there. So, well, if you would like to adopt a couple of these sweetest little kitties, of course, head on out to the Animal Defense League over there at 11300 Nacogdoches, or right at the Paul Jolly Center across from the zoo, 655-1481, or just head over to adltexas.org. Thank you, dear.
Thank you so much.
Here, kitty.
Again, we had his brother on last week, and
Lollipop.
he is, yes, Lollipop, he is completely blind, so they have to be adopted together, but both was real sweet kittens.
Aw, a team.
Yeah.
The second half of the dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Like, why would you want to separate them? Yeah, it seems like they're inseparable, that they need,
And he needs his brother,
Yeah.
you know.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. Good stuff there. Yeah, Lollipop, Starburst, let's make sure they get a good home. All right, guys.
You going?
Take a look at I am going.
Okay. Bye, RJ.
He's got to beat traffic.
So long. Farewell.
We missing Okay, I feel like I should finish that there. I-10 at Frio. All right, traffic, is moving through that area, but still dealing with that metal plate that we've been seeing there over the past couple of weeks or so. That actually crews installed there to cover some bridge work and some joints that are doing the extension there, right there at I-10, the upper level westbound at Frio. So keep that in mind if you are heading out. That's really kind of the biggest thing that we're seeing at the moment right now. So that's good news. If you want to head out right now, not too many major delays or incidents. We are still following this crash here, this rollover on South Cross Boulevard. It's going to be right here at Southeast Loop 410. You can see it's causing a little bit of delays there for our drivers in this part of the southeast side of town there on South Cross, more so than actually on 410, but something we will continue to monitor. Now, speaking of some ongoing construction here, they are still doing this construction out there at the I-10 Loop 1604 interchange, so they're not shutting down everything like they have been over the past few weekends or so. These are nightly closures that are taking place 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. So this is going to be through February 11th, 9 p.m. through 5 a.m. They're going to be shutting down the eastbound lanes of Vance Jackson and Slock Hill Selma, and then also both directions westbound here at the connector ramp. So it's not going to be that full closure that we've seen from UTSA all the way up to the rim, but still something if you are traveling late at night or early morning hours, keep this in mind if you have to be out in the northwest side. All right, everything else looking pretty good out there. Mike, how is the weather looking at this moment?
Very, very nice. Mark, do you want to finish your Sound of Music singing over there? So,
Auf Wiedersehen, good night.
do you want to do the introduction?
No. You do the Von Trapp so
No,
well.
thank you. No, that's all right. Beautiful picture. Just pausing to enjoy the view. Love that shot. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. Good looking view out there. We don't have any reduced visibility on the northwest side over there by 10 at 410. There are a couple of patches of fog around the area. Not anything too thick, but just be on the lookout for the next couple of hours as we approach sunrise, and just right after that is usually the time we tend to get some of the thicker fog around here. In the mid and upper 40s in general around the area, make it up to 64 at noon, and then we're going to top off at 70 today. So we still will be a handful of degrees above normal, sort of a mixture of sunshine and clouds. More clouds hanging around here this morning, and we'll see a bit more sunshine. You can see on the satellite picture, we have broken clouds hanging around here, and a lot of these clouds are being kind of pushed in ahead of this big system. This is actually the big storm system. You can see they're still getting a lot of rain there around Southern California. That's the one that has dumped like a year's worth of rain, or half a year's worth of rain, whatever the measurements were out there in Southern California, and all the landslides going on there. Obviously some snow in the higher elevations. That system is going to start to kind of fill in a little bit. Pretty pronounced trough right now, and this is what's going to obviously throw the clouds in our direction. And we get some more humidity coming in here from the Gulf of Mexico, and that will help out with clouds, especially the next couple of days. Pretty much just socked in, and a lot more moisture around here. So we'll see fog tomorrow morning as well as Friday morning, some mist, maybe a sprinkle here or there. The low is actually going to sort of lift on out. There will be some energy that gets thrown on in, and this is going to be Saturday, overnight Friday into Saturday, and that's going to give us the better chance for some rain. Put a 40% chance on a few scattered showers here and there. Not a rain out, but just a few of those showers kind of hanging around here. And then Sunday, after we start with a few showers, this low is then going to work its way past us, pull in a front, clear things out, and notice how most of the country is going to be covered with that blue shade, and the jet's going to be well down here to the south. So this means we are going to be staying slightly below normal with temperatures, and we'll start off the first portion of the week, and then and that'll be into at least midweek. Then as the week rolls on, we are going to see a chance for a few more showers around here toward the end of next week. So today, 70, very consistent all the way through the weekend, 70 for high temperatures, and then the low temperatures By tomorrow morning, going to be about 10 degrees warmer, and we'll stay there in the 50s thanks to the cloud cover, thanks to more humidity around here. And with that extra humidity, morning fog, mist, a couple of sprinkles during the day, just kind of dampish days. Then Saturday, the better chance for a few scattered showers around here. First part of the day on Sunday, a couple of showers are going to clear out quite nicely. And then we've got this front moving through, and that's going to just set us up for a good looking start to next week. Normal or slightly below normal temperatures, and then plenty of sunshine. Whole lot more after this.
Ahead in the next hour, GMSA, a border battle continues to unfold in the nation's capital. Why dysfunction in Congress is still keeping lawmakers from doing something about immigration. And up next, a new report about Uvalde has just come out. Why officers may not face charges for their response or lack thereof. And checking TransGuide right now, quite a few headlights coming right at you at 10 and Frio. Things are looking pretty good. We'll check on the status of your Wednesday morning commute in a couple of minutes.